Good morning, dear students. Welcome to the home mentoring session of accountancy. Myself, CSK Khanna from the SD Vidya School, Ambala, Kent. Dear students, in the last class, we had learned very important aspect relating to the issue of shares. That is how the pro rata allotment is made, and we had learned how the journal entries are recorded when a company follows different alternatives. The next part in the same lesson is relating to the forfeiture of shares and reissue of shares. In this part, today we will learn how the forfeiture of shares is done and how the reissue of the share is made by the companies under the different situations, what the journal entries are recorded, and how the accounts are maintained by the companies. First of all, we must understand what we mean by the concept of forfeiture of shares. Forfeiture, also known as the cancellation. Sometimes instead of the word forfeiture, the word cancellation is given. The meaning of both the word is same. First of all, we understand what we mean by the term forfeiture of shares or cancellation of share. Forfeiture of share means when a shareholder fails to make the payment which is due and demanded by the company, then the company has the right, as per the provisions of Articles of Association, company can forfeit the shares of that defaulter shareholders. Once again I say, forfeiture or cancellation of share means when any sum which is due against the shares of a shareholder duly demanded by the company and the shareholder fails to make the payment of that outstanding amount, company had the right, as per the provisions of Articles of Association, by complying the complete procedure, can forfeit the shares. Forfeiture of shares here means that whatever the amount is given against those shares by the defaulter shareholder will not be refunded by the company. But students understand forfeiture of shares is to be done after completion of a particular procedure as per given under the Companies Act. A company cannot forfeit the shares of a defaulter shareholder immediately, but it had to follow the complete procedure and then it will forfeit. Now, when the company will forfeit the shares of the defaulter shareholder, whatever the amount is given against those shares, for example, application money must be given by the shareholder and any other sum which is given by the defaulter shareholder against those shares will not be refunded by the company. And when this amount will not be refunded by the company, automatically it becomes a capital profit of the company and it will be utilized by the company for writing off of the capital losses. Now, what the journal entries to be recorded at the time of forfeiture or cancellation of the share, it depends upon which category or type of the shares are to be forfeited. Shares can be forfeited those which were earlier issued at par, or it may be forfeited those shares which were originally issued at premium. In both the cases, the entries will be different depending upon what the important aspect is there, whether the shares are forfeited those which are earlier issued at par or those shares which were issued at premium. Now, in both the cases, what the journal entries to be recorded, let's understand first of all those journal entries. Now, at the time of forfeiture of shares which were issued at par, journal entry will be share capital account will be debited. Most important thing where the mistake lies, generally the students, they debit this share capital account with the face value of the share. Dear students, understand this account will be debited only with the called up capital. I repeat the word that this account will be debited only with the called up capital. Called up capital here means till the stage of forfeiture, whatever the amount is being called by the company, that is called up capital. For example, a company say that the shareholder had not paid the final call money and his shares were forfeited. Now here it is implied that the company had called up to the final call and the shareholder had not paid the final call. So the share capital account will be debited with the complete face value of the share. Now in the second option, the statement say that company had called the allotment money and shareholder failed to make the payment of allotment money. Now here see, it is mentioned there that his shares were forfeited immediately after the allotment. Now here the share capital account will not be debited with the face value or the total value of the share. Here the share capital account will be debited only up to the stage of allotment. Whatever the amount being called by the company up to the stage of allotment, that will be debited. So keep in mind that share capital account will be debited only up to the stage where the shares being forfeited and what the amount being called by the company till that stage, maybe with the face value, total face value of the share, or may not be, depending upon at which stage the shares been forfeited. Now see the credit side. Credit side say to share allotment account, to share call account, to share forfeited account. Now see, to share allotment account, areas on allotment means if the shareholder had not paid the allotment money, the amount will be written here. To share allotment account, amount not received on allotment. To share call account, blank is given. First call, second call, third call, final call, whichever call is not given, then one by one. Suppose a shareholder had not given first and second, both calls is not given. We will write here to share first call account, amount not received. Likewise to share second call, amount not received. To share forfeited account. Share forfeited account will record the total amount which is received against these shares. Once again, see here, share capital account will be debited with the called up capital. To share allotment account, if allotment money is not received. To share first call, final call, second call, one by one step all, amount not received. To share forfeiture account, the total amount which is received against these shares. Now dear students, understand, if the shareholder had paid the allotment money, then this account will not be credited. Whatever the stage he has not paid, for example, he has not paid the share first call account, then it will be written here to share first call account only. He has not paid the first and final, then share first and final call account. So this way we have to make the journal entry. Share forfeited account will record the total amount which is received against these shares, and this is in case of the forfeiture of shares which are issued at par. Now there may be the forfeiture of those shares which are earlier being issued by the company at premium. Understand, premium means over and above to the face value of the share. If those share is to be forfeited, it is very important to understand that whether the premium against those shares being received by the company or not. Now how you will judge that? You will see what the statement say. Suppose company is collecting the premium along with allotment, or if nothing is given, then we implied that amount is collected at the time of allotment and shareholder has not paid the allotment money. So it is implied that the security premium amount not being received against those shares. Now say company is collecting the premium along with the allotment and statement say that the shareholder had not paid the first call money. So what it means? It means the company has already received the security premium. Now here, when we are going to forward these shares which were earlier issued at the premium, we have to see whether the premium has been received or not. If the premium has been received, then automatically share premium account will not be debited and the forfeiture entry will be same as we had did in case of the forfeiture of share issued at par. Once again, if the shareholder had made the payment of premium Automatically company had received the premium. So there is no question of arrear, outstanding or balance of the premium amount. In that case, the forfeiture entry will be same as in case of the forfeiture of shares which are earlier issued at par. Now see here in this entry, security premium account being debited. But if a shareholder had not paid the security premium account, in that case, the security premium account will also be debited. So how you know that whether he had paid or not? You have to read the statement carefully. If a shareholder had paid the amount up to the stage where the company is collecting the premium, it means that premium being received, then premium account will not be debited. But if a shareholder had not paid the premium amount, in that case, security premium account will be debited. Now here share capital account will be debited with again to the called up capital. Security premium account debit with the premium amount which is not received. Called up capital here means called up less premium, called up capital. When I use word capital, capital is independent and security premium is independent. Please do not mix both of them. When I say share capital account debit, it means only with the capital amount, not with the premium as written here, less premium. If premium has not been paid, then security premium account will be debited. Again, to share allotment, amount not received on allotment. If suppose call money is not received, then to share call account, amount is not received on call. And again to share forfeiture account, the total amount which is received against these shares excluding premium. If we are not debiting here premium, then automatically we have also note to write here. So excluding premium, we have to record the entry. So this way we will record the journal entries at the time of forfeiture of shares which were originally issued at par or which were originally issued at premium. Now these shares company can have the reissue. Company is free to reissue these shares depending upon its requirement or depending upon its decision. When these shares are reissued in the market, very simply, bank account to be debited to share capital account. If reissue is made at premium, then automatically the securities premium account will be credited in this entry. This way, the forfeiture of shares will be done and the reissue will be done. We will continue relating to the numericals for these important aspects in our next video.